Hungary's opposition is sending a signal. They've had enough of Victor Orban. As the Prime Minister addressed citizens in a State of the Nation speech, anti-government protesters took to the streets to call for change and persuade others to do the same.
There is still free media, there are still free citizens, there is Facebook Live. You are there. You can speak up among your family, your friends or your colleagues.
Orban used his speech to announce new tax and loan benefits for families, aimed at boosting the country's low birth rate without relying on immigration.
We are living in times when there are fewer and fewer children born in Europe. For the West, the answer to that challenge is immigration. For every missing child, there should be one coming in, and then the numbers will be fine. But we do not need numbers. We need Hungarian children.
The benefits include a lifetime personal income tax exemption for women who give birth to and raise at least 4 children. But protesters are tired of Orban's reforms and increased state control.
The country is sliding towards dictatorship, and we're trying to do something about it, however humble our means.
The liberal democracy that Viktor Orban is proposing is not a good thing. It's not good for Europe, it is not good for Hungary, and it's not good for everyday Hungarians.
And opposition parties have another problem. They're facing hefty fines from state auditors over campaign spending. Fines, they say, are designed to undermine their chances at upcoming local and European elections.
Let's bring in our correspondent, Stefan Bols. He's in Budapest. He's been covering this story for us now. Stefan, what is happening with Hungary's birth rate to justify the measures just announced by the president?
Well, the birth rate in Hungary is really an issue that he is very concerned about. Also because some 600,000 Hungarians have left in recent years because of concern over, of course, the political climate here, as well as low living standards. So that is one of the main reasons why I think he's making this extraordinary move now. Whether he will succeed remains to be seen, because many Hungarians still struggle every day to make a living, and I'm not sure that all Hungarians will immediately join this scheme, but of course he is hoping they will do so with promises of really thousands of euros in benefits to people who have 3 or more children.
Stefan, aside from offering those tax breaks to boost Hungary's birth rate, what is Viktor Orban's strategy in Europe's upcoming parliamentary elections, which he's campaigning now for, it seems?
Absolutely. And I think the State of the Nation address was really a start of that campaign for the European elections in May. I think what he is trying to do is with family policies that he hopes may be even implemented in other countries as well as, of course, his tough stance on migration at the same time. He hopes to win over voters ahead of the elections. And also, I think he wants to take away the attention of the real concerns there are now in Hungary about these social issues, not only with families, but also with healthcare. And of course, the international concern here today about the crackdown on independent media, as well as the judiciary, for instance. So I think that's what he's trying to do.
Now, you mentioned the crackdown on media and the judiciary. Many people are very upset about that. We've been seeing protests in Hungary for months. You've been covering them. Are those protests having any effect?
Well, indeed, that's what the opposition is hoping. They were protesting also during late in the night, even behind me on the bridge that has now, meanwhile, being reopened. But yes, they still hope it will have effect. But I have to say, of course, the issue is really, will they keep the momentum going? The opposition is saying that they feel they have a force, they are a force to be reckoned with. But I have to say that the Prime Minister, Viktor Orban, is not giving way at the moment.
Briefly, if you can, Stefan, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is due to arrive in the Hungarian capital today. What's the purpose of his visit?
Well, the purpose of the visit is, at one hand, to express the U.S. concern about the growing Russian influence here over, for instance, the energy sector as well as the telecommunications. But I think what the human rights activists are hoping is that he will raise U.S. concerns over the crackdown on media and those issues. He will actually also meet human rights activists, but we have to wait and see whether he will really pressure Prime Minister Orban to change his ways and go towards the Western mainstream. That is still a big question today.
Stefan, thank you very much. Correspondent Stefan Bos there in Budapest.